Hulk Hogan joining the NWO, Seth Rollins betraying the Shield, and John Cena aligning with the final boss. The most shocking heel turn in wrestling history. And because of that, Elimination Chamber 2025 changed wrestling forever. So let's talk about it. I'm Brandon and this is Wrestling Talk. I need to start this off with a formal apology to Triple H. I did not know how good you were at cooking. After the Royal Rumble, it just felt like there wasn't a lot of hype for WrestleMania, but after Elimination Chamber, holy crap, this is going to be one of, if not the, best WrestleMania build ever. Just look at this image, it goes so hard. Alright, but let's start from the beginning, because there is a lot of awesomeness to talk about. Starting off with the Women's Elimination Chamber, Jade Cargill making her return was insane. It was like a bomb went off at the very beginning of the show. I loved this return for two reasons. One, the reveal of Naomi being the heel was so unexpected because usually when people turn heel, they are the ones doing a beatdown on whoever the babyface is. Look at John Cena. But the fact that Naomi's big heel turn was her getting her ass kicked was so good. It was absolutely shocking. And it was real emotional storytelling. Having Bianca trapped in her pod, banging on the glass while Jade is just wrecking Naomi. It was incredible. Honestly, the best women's elimination chamber match I've ever seen. And I loved last year's chamber. But unlike last year's chamber, this chamber match actually had a story going throughout it. It wasn't just a good match. As soon as the Jade Cargill attack happened, we knew that Bianca was going to be our main character for this chamber match, and I loved it. Everyone in the chamber match was good, but let's be honest, the MVPs were Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan is becoming one of the best women on the roster. I don't just mean from a character perspective. In ring, she's incredible. Her taking that whip from Bianca's hair, Bianca whipping her hair back and forth on the top of the pod. The entire match was incredible. And as much as I didn't want to see Rhea versus Bianca because of the lack of build, I can't lie, seeing Bianca face off with Rhea was everything we've wanted for years. But it's funny, if Liv Morgan won, which was my original prediction, I would have totally wanted Io Sky to be in that match to make it a triple threat because that's where the story is. But now that Bianca Belair won, this needs to be Rhea versus Bianca one-on-one in the night one main event. I say that because obviously Cody Cena is going to main event night 2, and when I look at all the other options to main event night 1, Jay Gunther, Charlotte Tiffany, Roman Seth Punk, to me, Rhea Bianca is the biggest, best match you could do. So WWE, please make it happen. Apart from Bianca versus Rhea, it seems that Jade versus Naomi is going to be the WrestleMania match. I assume Naomi's going to be kept off TV for a little bit and then she'll come back and that will be the big singles match. And I think that's a great decision because Naomi can take the loss while still building this heel persona and Jade Cargill can have an awesome WrestleMania singles debut. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez won the tag titles, so I fully expect they're going to be defended at WrestleMania because again, Liv Morgan is a star. I would assume the match is going to be them versus Io and Asuka if she returns. And then as far as Bayley and Roxanne goes, I would assume they're going to go after the women's IC title. Moving on to the tag match, I thought it was perfectly pleasant and solid. It did exactly what it needed to do. Tiffany is a star, Nia Jax is an incredible heel, and Trish Stratus can still go. I was actually in attendance for her versus Becky in a steel cage at Payback, one of the best matches I've ever seen live. So seeing her have the hometown victory or home country victory, it was a lot of fun, and I wouldn't mind seeing Trish challenge Chelsea Green for the US title at WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to happen, but if this is Trish Stratus's 25th anniversary with WWE, why not? Because to me, that's a money match right there. Moving on to Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn in an unsanctioned match. Holy this match was an absolute show in the best sense of the word. It was just a never-ending onslaught of chairs and tables and chairs wrapped in barbed wire. It was incredible. There were so many moments where I was cringing because of what I was watching in a good way. Top it off with Randy Orton finally returning at the end. This was, in my opinion, the match of the night, which is saying a lot because this card was incredible. It seems that Randy versus KO is going to be your Mania match. I'm not over the moon about that, but I'm fine with it. As far as Sami Zayn goes, it's probably going to be him versus Karrion Kross, which again, I'm not over the moon about, but I'm fine with it. And now moving on to the men's elimination chamber. This is a match that is awesome, but kind of got overshadowed by what happened at the very end of it. So let's first focus on the match. And to me, this match was entirely built around Cena and Punk. Because when you think about it, Drew, Damian, and Logan Paul kind of got eliminated before the real storyline of the match kicked in. All three of those guys were great. Obviously, Drew versus Damian is probably going to be the Mania match. Not thrilled about that, but okay. Logan Paul's probably going to go on to face AJ Styles if I had to guess. But once all those guys got eliminated and we finally got what we didn't get at the Rumble, which was Cena and Punk finally facing off. I gotta be honest, I got kind of emotional watching it. Cena going for the handshake and Punk refusing it in favor of a hug. These two guys had one of the most iconic rivalries of all time, and seeing them actually put on a bit of a mini match. It wasn't just Cena doing his comeback and that's it. They were actually going at it, and their in-ring chemistry is still there. I couldn't help but think, man, this is the last time these two guys are ever going to be in the ring while watching this little face-off. But when you factor in what happens at the end of the show, I don't think this will be the last time Punk and Cena share a ring together. Overall, I thought the women's chamber match was just better than the men's, but the men's chamber match had that legacy built into it. You have that 10-year history with Punk and Cena. You have Seth Rollins in the mix. The whole final sequence of the match, too, was beautifully tragic. You have Seth Rollins hitting Punk with a curb stomp, and then Cena not even hesitating to go for the win, saying I'm sorry to Punk as he yet again ruins his WrestleMania dreams. From a storytelling perspective, it was incredible. Okay, now let's move on to the main event. This segment did everything right. Having Cody Rhodes come out in a black suit matching with The Rock solidified in my mind, oh, Cody's turning. He's dressed the same as The Rock. And as soon as all three guys were in the ring together, you just knew Cena and Cody, one of these two is turning at the end of this segment. And as soon as Cody said no, I just thought, oh God. It was insane. Perfect storytelling. Again, that segment will go down in history. There's not much I can say that hasn't been said already. Seeing John Cena finally turn heel after, 22 years? That's something we never thought we'd see. And it's very clear that WWE is looking at this retirement tour going, we don't want to end this with Cena having never turned heel in his career. Obviously, he was a heel when he first started, but again, that was before he became John Cena. So from that perspective of, F it, let's just do it before it's too late, I love it. If I had to have any type of a reservation, it's the fact that we know it's limited. We know it's finite. We know that John Cena said there were 36 dates in this farewell tour, and he's already used 3 of them. So that means we only have 33 more times that we will ever see John Cena on our screens as a wrestler. And that includes episodes of Raw, SmackDown, I assume house shows, and of course some of the PLEs. So because of that, I can't help but look at this and go, okay, this isn't going to last too long, because I don't think John Cena is going to end his career as a heel. I think you need John Cena to end his career as John Cena. So because of that, someone's going to have to snap him out of it, whether it's Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Randy Orton, Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania. At some point, someone's gonna have to beat John Cena so bad and knock enough sense into him that Cena turns on The Rock, maybe we get thrice in a lifetime, and then he ends his career as the face that runs the place. But for now, I can't wait to see what a heel John Cena looks like. And honestly, now I don't know who's gonna win this Mania match. Now that Cena's turned heel, I don't know. It makes more sense for him to win his title there at WrestleMania as a heel and then go on this big run, and then whoever beats him for the championship, maybe Randy Orton, that's the person that knocks some sense into him. But does that tarnish his record-breaking title win? Should he win the world title as a babyface so it becomes a feel-good moment? And not a, oh geez, John Cena just broke the record, but we don't like him, he's a bad guy. The possibilities are endless, it's unpredictable. Honest to God, Elimination Chamber changed everything. For the longest time, John Cena was WWE's Superman. He was the one superstar who would never go against his values, he would never give up, hustle, loyalty, respect for 20 years, all these make-a-wishes, and in one moment, all of that is over. And not only did he just turn heel, he aligned with The Rock? These are the two guys that put on Once in a Lifetime over a decade ago. Arguably the two biggest stars to ever come out of WWE, period. This whole thing is crazy. One of the best WWE PLEs I've ever seen. Because 3 out of the 4 matches are very close to 5 out of 5 for me. And then you cap that off with the Cena heel turn. Jesus. Alright, that's it. Review done. Let me know what you thought of Elimination Chamber down below. And do you think this Cena heel turn is the biggest heel turn in wrestling? I'll be back soon with another video where I'm probably going to predict the WrestleMania card now that we basically know what most of it's going to be. But until then, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.